All right, buds, we're gonna set this up as 5 mobility drills that I want you to do pretty much every day. I really do want you to do them every day. And then I'm gonna have a little strength circuit at the end that you can do when you're ready for a workout. Okay, so the mobility stuff, I kind of want you to try to be hitting every day. And then we'll do the strength stuff at the end. I'll show you the example of all those. The first one we're gonna do is we're just gonna hold a squat. Okay, so we're gonna, if you wanna elevate your heels a little bit, you wanna stand on little towels, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna sit here, and over the course of a minute, minute and a half, we're gonna keep sinking and getting lower. And then eventually we're gonna kind of hold on to our toes here, and we're gonna try to turn and reach. And look, we're not gonna get super far, but that's okay. Keeping your butt down and trying to just turn as far as you can. Keeping your chest up, butt down, and pulling from the back side of this arm here. If that gets easy, you can band it. Sit down here and band. You can hold one end of the band and work that turn. Obviously, I should be doing a little bit more of that myself. So we'll do 8 to 10 on each side there. Then we're gonna do a little change in direction drill. So we're gonna sit in a wide stance, sit off to one side. So I'm gonna sit off my left side, and then I'm gonna just kind of like I'm changing direction and starting a sprint. And I'm gonna come back to my hinge, or my lateral lunge, and then I'm gonna change direction just like a sprint. I'm gonna get up into my toe here so my heel is floating, okay? Slide back. And we're just sliding side to side, feeling that transition through our pelvic floor, through our adductors, feeling that weight pressure move. If that gets easy, tie a couple bands up together, anchor them, sit in here, try to hold, exaggerate this down here. Get 8 to 10 on each side there. Get to lay it down for the next one. Get a yoga block, foam roller, something to lay your head on. I'm gonna take my top hand and grab my bottom foot. And then I'm gonna have my bottom arm grabbing my top leg here. And I'm getting what we call bretzel position, okay? What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kick my foot into my hand, and I'm gonna try to push this leg down. So I'm trying to bring my thighs that are split, I'm trying to bring them back together, but then I'm not gonna let myself do it. So it's a hold. We're gonna breathe while we do this. So I'm gonna kick, hold, breathe, breathe, hold for about 5 breaths. Then I'm gonna relax. When I relax, I'm gonna try to sink my shoulder, the top shoulder, down to the floor. Reset, kick, 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 hard as you can, hard as you can. Relax. And try to exhale and rotate that spine a little more. So we're trying to just slowly over time kick and rotate and release into a bigger opening of the chest here. So we'll do 5 or 6 of those on each side. Then we're gonna find the wall. We're gonna be half kneeling. I'm gonna have my outside leg up. I'm gonna lean a little forward. We don't wanna lean back here. We wanna get a little bit of weight forward to the toe. We're gonna reach around here, and we're gonna stop, and we're about 45 degrees. You'll feel the stretch, okay? And we can do a couple things here. I can push into the wall, okay? Get that increased stretch, breathe through that, and then lift off. And you'll feel that musculature in the back of the shoulder blade, and then hopefully into that mid-back. Really start to work. Hold there, breathe, and then we can move back in a little bit more, increase that stretch, push into the wall, and then lift off, lift off, lift off. Okay, trying to increase that rotation. We can also, this might be sneaky, we can take that arm and turn it to where that thumb is on the inside, and that'll stretch a little bit more of that bicep. Try that out, and then we can actually take it a little further, and then we can work on just turning the elbow up to the ceiling and turning the elbow down. Turning the elbow up towards the ceiling and back down. Just work on the rotation of that arm bone, that humerus in there. Again, spin 90 seconds, 2 minutes on each side, working that, okay? Then we're gonna lay back down on our stomach, and we're gonna do a scorpion. So we're gonna work some extension in the hip and low back. Lying down here, arm held to the side. I'm gonna take my left arm, and or left leg, I'm gonna kick it over. If I touch, great. If not, also great. And then I'm gonna just
Alternate sides. I'm trying to get my knee, so my left knee is trying to externally rotate and lift up towards the ceiling. Trying to breathe through all these. And again, getting 8 to 10 on each side here. Always breathing and just move through those. So those are your 5 drills that I want you to do every day, okay? Those are great to start the morning with. Do them before you go out and practice. Do them when you get home from playing that day. Play around with the kids on the floor with it, whatever you want to do, okay? So now we're going to go into our actual work set. So we can do that, and then we feel we got some extra time, or we're not playing today, or we need to get some work in. It's been a while, whatever. We're going to have a rear elevated split squat. So find a bench or a chair or anything. We're just going to do a regular split squat here, keeping our torso up. If you want to play with some power, I'd love to get our jumps in where we drop down, make that short side on the leg that's on the ground, jump up, down. Woo, boy needs to catch himself. Jump up, catch, boom, here. So if you're not playing that day, you're not playing the next day, maybe look at getting some power, but then definitely get, if you're going to do the power, get like 5 or 6 reps there. Then if you have weights, great. If you don't have weights, just go slow, eccentric, a more traditional split rep for 6 to 8 reps there too. All right? You don't have to do the jumps if you're playing a lot, if you're playing later that day, if you're playing tomorrow. You don't have to do the jumps, but if we have some space in the schedule, I'd like to get them in. If you are going to play, let's just stick with the regular 8 to 10 squats. Again, not loading it super heavy. Make sure you get a big range of motion and use your tempo. With that, we're going to do a push-up with rotation. So, remember on our push-ups, our shoulder blades, as we go down, they come together, and then they press apart. So we're always looking for that big range of motion, okay? We're going to go down. As we press up, we're going to come up and reach. Push up and reach, and hold that position. We're really looking for some stability in that shoulder there, okay? Holding ourselves up there. We'll get 8 each side there. Put the split squat and those push-ups together. So we'll do 4 sets of each of those. Then our next 2 moves are going to be a single arm row and a kettlebell swing. So we're going to sit down in a stance here, load our butt, we're going to row here, press back out. So we're rolling our hand to our hip, and then we're letting the kettlebell touch the ground way out here. And I'm trying to reach as far as I can. Reach here, boom. Reach here, boom, okay? We can also go into a split stance for that, where we're going to sit back, really reach out, row, row. The split stance option gives us a little more stretch. Lets our legs stretch out a little bit. If we're feeling tight, that's a great one to do. If we want to work on more brute strength, being in this condensed kind of package, position allows us to be stronger. So we can work a little more weight on the row if we're in that, if we're in the stance right next to each other, squatted down. They're both great. What do you need that day? Then with that, we're going to do a little bit of a kettlebell swing. So we're going to stand split stance, and I want to work pushing off the ground with that front leg. So my front leg is the same side that has the kettlebell, and I've got my weight loaded up. So my weight is definitely biased towards this left side. I'm pushing off the ground. Push off the ground. I don't care where the kettlebell goes. My arm's just along for the ride. We switch it up. Boom. Now I've got my weight loaded on this right side. Push off the ground. Push off the ground. Push off the ground. You want to add a little rotation to it? Great. You want to add 2 hands to it? Great. Add a little coil to it? Even better. Coming at you here. Boom. You can pause at the top and hold that. Rip that kettlebell apart. Depends on how much you want to spice it up. You can also stick to the basic swing. Last move, oldie but goodie. We're going to take our bands tied together, and we're just going to work that quick rotation. Rip, press, rip, press. And here we're just working on a little brain-body connection, hand-eye coordination. Okay, working that rotation, pushing through the ground. getting our heart rate up a little bit, having a little fun, okay? So we'll do 15, 20 on each side there. We're gonna do 10 to 12 on the kettlebell swing. If you're doing that coil, maybe 8 to 10. And then on the long row, we'll do 8 to 10 there as well. So there's the workout. You'll put the blast three together, the long row, the single arm swing, and the rip throughs. Those three will go together. And buddy, you got yourself a workout. Hit me up with questions. Love you. Miss you. Have fun.